Hi there, my name is Russell Stutley, world leader pressure point fighting, national boxing coach for Cambodia, and all-round wit, raconteur and ne'er-do-well. I thought it'd be a jolly good wheeze if we nip down the gym and I'd tell you all about, or rather show you, all about what we call the pendulum. Watch closely. Okay, this pendulum, ignore the noise, we're in a gym and there's always tons of noise around here. This is Asia after all. Right, sorry about the noise. Pendulum. Any stance you like, boxing, kickbox, boxing, stood up, whatever you want, self-defense. Just imagine that you've got somebody in front of you. Have your weight fairly central, 50-50 weight distribution. Then just transfer your weight to your back foot, transfer to your front, back, front, and you just do that. That's the very basics of a pendulum. Don't worry about your hands at the minute, and you're just transferring the weight. So you're getting used to doing that. Make sure the heel's up on that back foot. So even if you stood up, you can transfer the weight. Now, a little extra for you. When you stood up more, that transfer will be quicker. The longer you stance, the slower. Okay, so that's stage one of the pendulum. Stage two of the pendulum is to do it in motion. So you're going to start here. Now, martial arts guys, traditional martial arts guys, you've probably done this where you just back and forth in your stance, and some people are now doing this in things like UFC. So you just back and forth, nice and light, nice and steady. Your hands, don't worry about it at the minute. You just back and forth, transferring front to back and getting a feeling for what you're doing. When the weight comes back, maybe you dip. When the weight goes forward, maybe you dip. So you mix that up. If you're self-defense people, you might switch stance and do it, and switch back. If you're boxers, you'll probably just stay in that same stance. Okay? So that's number two on the pendulum. Okay. Number three on the pendulum is now put your hands in there. So if you're more of a boxer, your hands are going to be up. Now, ignore my front arm because I've got massive shoulder injury years ago, which means my shoulder's turned, so I can't bring this elbow in properly. So it does stick out a bit. So just ignore that. Don't copy my front arm. Make sure your elbow's in more. So you get your pendulum going, and then you put your hands in. So make sure this backhand is covering your chin. Make sure your shoulders are up slightly. Make sure your chins are down, all of them. And this hand is up wherever you put it, whether it's down here, up here, out here, wherever you want. And you'll do that for another round. Now hang around for the last one. Okay, number four, the big one on this pendulum, is you've got to start to put lots of things together. Start putting in your shoulder, your height, left, right, front, back, up, down. Putting them all together. Now you'll do this moving around the whole ring. If you've only got a small space, do it on the spot. If you've got a great big room, do it all around the room. Enjoy what you're doing with it. That's the most important part. And now you've got to imagine that you've got somebody there and that you're really getting in on them. You're really using this to get in, ready to throw your shots. At the minute, we're not going to throw the shots, we're just going to get ready for it. So we're in here, we're moving around, we're imagining where they could be, our weight's changing, everything's changing, boom. And then we're going to use that quick boom to get in. So remembering that we're going to get that to that half step, boom, and then in on them. We're moving around, working it all out, thinking where things could be, boom, getting in on them. Now, that's a great method to learn great footwork, and especially that pendulum. Remember, do a round or two of each one, and everything will be cooking on gas for you. Hi there. Well, I hope you enjoyed that little clip about the pendulum. Now, that sort of footwork, that changing your balance, moving in and out, if you can mix that in with moving your shoulders, transferring your weight here, there, up, down, left, right, front, back, feints, actual strikes, half step, the whole lot, all of a sudden you're starting to get some real good footwork going. If it's for self-defense purposes, you can just be leaning away and pop, come straight back and bang them out. There's lots and lots of ways that you can use that pendulum for sports combat and for self-defense. You've just got to imagine the right ways for you, use your brain, and figure it out. These are methods, if you like. These are not techniques per se, but they're things that you can use and adapt for you. Anyway, enough of me going on. Why not like, subscribe, press the notification bell thing, it's probably down there somewhere. Tell people, share it, ask questions. Let us know what you think in the comments. Do you like the pendulum or not? Do you think it's a load of old cobblers or not? Whatever you think, let us know. And, you know, we'll read all the comments. Might not agree with them, but we'll read them.